The RSI is one of the most popular indicators available to traders for free. It is most useful, in my opinion, whenever you can identify divergence. Today was an ideal example of this type of divergence. Divergence to a trader is whenever the price action is moving in a direction that is in the opposite direction of an indicator. In other words, we can see right here that the ES for today was trending down. As we can see, this is one low, this is a lower low, and this is an even lower low. In contrast, if we take a look at where the RSI was at this point, it was here. Then when the market came back down to this lower level, the RSI actually went higher. And then ultimately later in today's trading session, the markets went even lower. However, the RSI went higher. So the RSI was trending up while the markets was trending down. That is a divergence. In the most recent video that I released, I showcased divergence with the ADD. We also had divergence with the ADD today. I like to combine things with Confluence. If you've been watching this YouTube channel over the past few years, you guys know I don't like to take a trade just because of one reason, especially if the trade is just because an indicator is saying something. At the end of the day, it is price action. So let's actually start by first looking at just some clean price action. This is the SPY 15-minute time frame. By the way, I use the ES, the SPY, the SPX, all of these, I use them interchangeably. They are all some sort of derivatives of the S&P 500. These levels that you see on my charts is how I usually start every week by plotting key gamma exposure levels. This video is not on gamma exposure. I have a playlist and tons of videos just on gamma exposure. But if you're new to this channel, just know that I start every week. I've been doing relatively the same approach for a long time now. This is just some of my notes at the start of today. So these are the key gamma exposure levels. I get these levels from the Quant Trading App Advanced Gamma Exposure tab. I select the expirations for the week, I press submit, and then I go over the key levels here. So you guys can see 640, 635. This is a lot of negative gamma at these strikes. 645 is a lot of positive gamma, as well as 650. Now that's every $5 on the SPY, so nothing that is too significant there, as every major $5 increment on the SPY is generally going to be a key strike. The significance of this is being able to identify where the negative gamma exposure is, as well as the nuance levels in between. So this is letting us know 638 is also a key level. The market is closed now. I'm recording this video at 11:20 something Eastern time here. So this is not the same profile that I was looking at earlier this morning. That's what this snapshot is here. And this is the gamma exposure profile in which I'm referencing. So this key level here, this level here, this level here, this level here. These are the levels that I draw on my charts. So that's where we're seeing a 640, 635. These levels are extremely dominant, as we can see how massive they are relative to the other levels on the charts. That is letting me know I should be aware of these strikes as a trader. On top of that, in the background, you guys can see these purple strikes here. These are the high absolute gamma strikes. So if I turn on the absolute gamma right here, we have a little bit more information regarding what are the levels that we definitely want to be taking notice of and marking on the chart. So for the most part, 640, 635, those are the two most important levels based on that gamma exposure profile. So that's why we see 640, 635. I put this purple rectangle around these levels so that way it does not get lost, in contrast with some of the other levels on the chart. I then like to draw where the high positive gamma nodes are, as well as the high negative gamma nodes, but I turn it off just because this whole area is red. All of this is the net negative gamma levels. Again, if you want to know more about gamma exposure, I suggest you check out my playlist, as this video is not on gamma exposure. I just know some of you guys are going to ask, why did I have these particular levels marked off? For technical analysis, or for any beginner, for all intensive purposes, this we can identify as potential resistance. And then down here, we can identify this as potential support. Remember, I marked these levels off before price action gets here, or at the start of the trading week. The market was closed yesterday. Today's a Tuesday, so I'm aggregating the gamma exposure profile that includes the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday expirations, and then I'm plotting these levels. So I have resistance, support. Now, early in the trading session, we get a nice rejection right at this key level, and that's where I actually entered in a short position. I'm also sharing some of my notes around some of these key levels. For intraday traders, this is great. For scalpers, we see the massive rejection right at the level, creating an opportunity to get short. First profit target is going to be right at this next key gamma exposure level, and then ultimately right down at this next major support level. Because if you're looking to short all the way up here, then why not take profit at the next major expected support level? That is simple trading here. So nice rejection, you're in shorts. That is just some of the simple principles of trading. A nice candlestick rejection at a major potential resistance level. You can look to enter short here. These are 15-minute candles, so there's plenty of time to enter with a stop loss above the support strike, and then you're essentially shorting back down to a support level. You always want to plan to take profit at the low of day, as that is another expected support level, and then ultimately at a key gamma exposure strike level like 635. And that's going to be one solid trade for the day. Now this down here becomes a second potential opportunity, but just jumping in blind because we are at support is not a strong enough reason to get long. This is where the confluence comes into play. Our first sign is coming from the price action and understanding this key level here. So we have one reason to potentially get long. Our second reason is the divergence right here. We have the divergence on the RSI. I like to use the RSI on the futures, on the ES, just because the price action is continuous. I've been using it this way since 2020, and I have not used the RSI that much on a SPY, and I've never even really used it on the SPX, so I can't speak on if they work as well, but for the most part, it is the ES RSI is what I like to have up. And I'm generally using it as a reason to take a trade whenever I see divergence. The divergence is secondary though. The first reason of why I'm interested in the trade is because of where the price action is. Now, if there was a strong hammer candle that formed right here, the conviction would be even higher, but that would be a bonus. Now, the ADD, again, please check out the most recent video in which I released before this one. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. It was a very quick video, but it was demonstrating the divergence in the ADD, and you want to use these type of tools around major levels. So this is a major support level. At the start of the day, the ADD was here. I just stretched them out so they lined up a little bit better. This is the start of the day. So the ADD is currently here while price action is here. Then the market goes up and then it comes lower. So this is lower than where we were here. However, the ADD goes up and it pulls back, but it is higher than where it started the day. Now pay attention to how obvious this divergence is. I've been asked in the past before, is there divergence? I'm not sure. Chances are, if you are not sure if there is divergence, it's probably not large enough to use as a solid reason. If I maximize this chart right here, and let's just zoom all the way out, you see how obvious that looks. From here to here, it is a big bounce. If the ADD came all the way back down, and let's just say it was, right around here, that's divergence, but it's so small. The same thing over here. If you're unsure about, oh, is it divergence or not, just make it full screen. Look at this here. Look at how clean you can see that the price is going lower. That is a clear downtrend. And then take a look at this. The RSI is clearly going higher while this is going lower. It should be easy to identify, guys. Make it simple for yourselves. Do not have your chart look something like, this, and then this looks something like this. And then you're like, oh, is there divergence here? I don't know. That's so hard to see. Versus if you zoom out for a second and you come here, can you easily spot this? But if you're looking at this first, it's not going to make that much sense for you. You should be looking at price action first and foremost around key levels. I'm not looking at this. This is telling me, hey, maybe get long, then go look at some other things. Then it's, oh, look, the market was trending down. Oh, look, the RSI is actually increasing. It's showing divergence. Oh, look, the ADD is also showing divergence. In Quant Trading App, we have some additional tools. So I have the SPX up here. This is what's referred to as the Quant Trading App intraday zone. This is coming from our scripts. So if I were to turn off all the studies, this is a clean charts. This is what the study's on. If I pull this up here, we just have some weekly levels. We have some intraday levels, and then we have VWAP, but the SPX does not have volume. So there's no VWAP showing on this chart, but that's what these levels that you're seeing on the chart, they're coming straight from the Quant Trading App scripts. If you want to know more about Quant Trading App, link is also in the description. This is the Quant Trading App Advanced Gamma tab that we were looking at earlier. This right here is the weekly and intraday scripts. So we're just copying and then, pasting these into the fields on Thinkorswim. There is the same scripts for TradingView. So if you use Thinkorswim or TradingView, we have the same scripts available. In this case today, this was an additional confluence or reason to be long. We also had the VIX, as I'm going to pull up here. Let's actually go back to my notes from earlier here, just so you guys can see this is earlier in the day. The VIX rejected the Quant Trading App weekly resistance level. So this is the same time as the VIX came back to this level, we can see that it rejected here. So we had this as a resistance for the VIX. We had the SPX as the intraday QTA zone. We had the RSI Divergence. We had the SPY in this key gamma exposure level. We also took a look at the ADD, which was a divergence. That is multiple reasons. If you're looking to improve your trading, I cannot encourage you enough to combine multiple things, and as this will help build your conviction, as you're not taking a trade blindly or just guessing or speculating. You can build up your conviction because you can say, hey, I know how strong this level is supposed to be. Hey, I see divergence here. Hey, I have additional confluence. Hey, I see this divergence here. Or the VIX is telling me things. We're using the VIX as a proxy for volatility. We're looking at the index. We're looking at the futures. We're looking at the RSI. We're looking at gamma exposure. We're looking at price action. We're looking at ADD. You start layering all these things, you almost develop a sort of iron conviction with yourself. And at the same time, you want to be smart and have a plan for yourself that if this level breaks and you take your stop loss, it means a lot of traders are more than likely going to be wrong, which means the markets would have more than likely gone down to 630. There's a lot of gamma exposure and a lot of activity down at the 620 level. I do not think the market is going to 620 this week, as tomorrow is already Wednesday and then it's only Thursday and Friday, but anything can happen. And being aware of this before the market gets here means that if we did get down here, this is definitely going to be an area in which I would want to speculate to the long side. I'm going to look for the same levels of confluence if the market did get down here, but I already have these targets in mind as these are the key strikes for this week. An additional confluence we had in Quant Trading App for this key level of 635 was in the SPY 0DTE option volume chart. This chart will auto refresh every 5 minutes and recalculate certain levels from the SPY's options chain and actually plot the levels on your chart. We use it as an additional confluence. So in other words, we started the video by already addressing the fact that 635 was a key level. We can see right here that 640 we also knew was a key level, but this tool is also letting us know from a 0DTE standpoint, these strikes right here were also significant for the SPY. This is referred to as the volume range. So this VR right here to here is just letting us know that this was the range of the SPY where majority of the options volume was traded. More information on this chart is available for the QTA members, but I just figured I would just share some additional confluence, as at the end of the day, that's what this video is about. Building up your convictions in your trades around your key levels using as much tools available to you that does not become overwhelming. 635 is easy to spot. These tools just start stacking on top of each other, or the information starts stacking on top of each other, telling you, hey, you should look to act at this level if you are looking to be long. Lastly, within Quant Trading App, we have more advanced tools, but I don't want to make this video dedicated just to QTA members. I wanted to make something a little bit more generalized for everyone on YouTube. In case you're not a QTA member, we have a proprietary tool called the AbsGEX Trade Engine, and it aggregates a lot of that data and actually puts it on a chart for us. We can then go back and review this graph and learn from this tool. So this is today here, September 2nd, 2025. This is the SPX. This is the 0DTE graph. So it's just generating this data, and every 5 minutes it's caching all of that information so we can see what the SPX trade engine was doing throughout the day. For the most parts, the power strike was 6,400. This is a proprietary level that is meant to say where it thinks the SPX is going to be close to during power hour, within about a 5-point range up or down. So we'll give it about a 10-point range around 6,400, and throughout the day you guys can see that the markets did make it back up to 6,500 when it was all the way down down here. So this is an extra reason that some traders like to use as a reason to trade in the direction of the power strike. It is especially important whenever it lines with the absolute gamma strike. 6400 stayed pretty strong throughout the whole day. However, when the markets did drop down to this point here, we can see that the absolute gamma exposure strike did drop, but then it bounced right back up to 6400. A major advantage of having this archive information means we can actually go back and take a look at what did the GEX look like throughout the day and at that point in time. So if we take a look, this is earlier in the day here. So this is 10 a.m. Eastern time, so 30 minutes after the market opens. This is the archive gamma exposure at that point in time. I can turn on the absolute GEX and we can actually see how dominant that 6400 strike is. The absolute gamma strike is much larger than all of the other absolute gamma strikes, but we can see the significant strikes on the way down. So this is 6,375. This is 350, this is 325, and so forth. These would be the expected support levels on the way down, especially if it lines up with these key net gamma strikes. We can see right around here, so noon, let's actually check exactly when did the absolute gamma shift. So this right here is noon. Let's just jump forward a little bit more. So there we go, boom. The absolute gamma strike actually drops down. This is around 12:10 Eastern time. So let's just jump to the closest timestamp. So 12:15 Eastern time. Let's pull that up. Let's actually see what the absolute gamma strike looked like. And here we go. We can see, so this was the key strike, 350, but we can still see that the 400 strike was still pretty dominant. So at this point, whenever you see three strikes like this, as the day progresses, the closer and closer the spot price gets to any of these key strikes, the absolute gamma is going to grow. That's just the dynamics of how gamma exposure works. Again, check out my previous videos on gamma exposure. As I get a little bit more detail in this is actually much more than I wanted to cover in this video, as this video is not about gamma exposure. I just wanted to share some of the more advanced tools and actually show you guys how you can build some more advanced confluences for yourself, starting with understanding that this 6400 level was not an ordinary strike. It had a lot of absolute gamma at that level earlier in the day. So right before, prior to this drop here, the 6400 strike was the absolute gamma. As we can see, this purple dash all throughout the day, and it only deviated for a few moments here as it was right back up by 12:20, and then it remained there as the markets continue to go. It stayed there. So that's something that you can use as an edge to a trader, as it will generally act as a magnet for price, especially when the Quant Trading App power strike is lining up with it. When these two latch onto each other and you see that they're barely moving, that can be an edge. Now, the same thing, that is an extra reason on top of all of the reasons that we already covered early in this video. Jeremy in the QTA Discord actually pointed that out earlier, as the SPX trade engine has the 6400 power strike. And then it's pretty neat that this is a relatively new trader that shared that they had a great trading month last month. They were able to catch the SPX ride down and then back up for 2 profitable trades, as I was able to do the same. But it's not just about me. I'm just one trader that also happens to be a developer that is building these tools to hopefully make it easier for you guys, as well as showcase, demonstrate this information, share this type of knowledge. Divergence is a powerful tool for traders, especially when used at key levels. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, like it down below, leave a comment, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you learned anything, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.